Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Nasdaq price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And starting for the overview, very quick overview, where are we in Nasdaq? We are currently in 1212 and wave 3 in the yellow, and we're looking potentially for a wave 4 in the yellow here and moving toward the upside. What are the possibilities for this correction to be finished earlier than hitting the blue box here as an expanding flat? And hitting the 0.23 and lower a little bit. The possibilities are a running flat. This is the only possibility that we have, where we might, of course, turn into a running flat and moving toward the upside. ABC, a running flat, is a signal for market reversal, of course. Reaching 5 waves, we would like to see 5 waves, but failing to taking the low. And this might be, of course, an opportunity for the market to reverse. However, a running flat normally is a very shallow possibility, but still can be possible, of course. Now, if we move a little bit deeper inside it on the daily chart, on the daily, we are looking at our wave 3 here, right? The wave 3. Before moving very down, right? Or very deep for this wave 4, we have to test first if we invalidate, of course, this impulse where we have 1, 2, 3, and still looking now for wave 4, right? So this where, of course, the wave 4 can still has a potential, and changing the overview, of course, on the monthly, as we saw, where we saw that we might have a running flat maybe in the monthly. It might turn, of course, that the wave 4 can still be finished here, and this 1212 can be, of course, a wave 4 over there until invalidation, of course. Meaning, if the price move toward the downside here to take the fib levels for an ABC expanding flat, if it drops a little bit more, taking the 16K, it will invalidate directly this impulse as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Why? Because a wave 4 is not allowed, of course, to interfere with the zone 1. As a rule from Elliott wave, 1, 2, 3, 4 is not allowed to interfere with the zone 1, meaning directly invalidation, transforming this to 3 waves up and turning it, of course, into a big expanding flat toward the downside. So basically, we still have a chance, of course, for a turn for the market. If this scenario happens as a big expanding flat and we take the 16K, so I would say recession signal, yeah, as you can see. This is gonna be our recession signal in case, of course, we take this invalidation. That means, of course, it's not necessarily to move directly towards the downside. It can rebound for wave 2, then 3, 4, 5 towards the downside. Now, currently, we are inside this A, B, and a C. We're looking at a wave C here. We have our counting, of course, on the lower count. Let's move inside it on the 1 hour chart to see what to expect and what we can have today. Now, on the 1 hour chart, of course, we have our count here, where we might, of course, dive inside this impulse. We have, of course, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, in the top, we got a wave 3 with a gap in between, meaning this is your wave 3. Then 4 and a 5. Finishing, of course, here, potentially, 4 and a 5. And then 4 and a 5. You have double 1, 2. Yeah, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. You finish your wave 1 here exactly in the magenta, the round label. And then, of course, we're moving ABC for a wave 2. Very shallow wave 2, of course, as signal of a massive drop. And as you can see, 1, 2, and then 3, your wave 4 has invalidated this impulse, turning it, of course, into 1, 2, and potentially another 1, 2. So currently, we are looking at a wave 2 again, because, of course, it's not allowed again, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, your wave 4 has interfered with the zone 1. It took the price, as you can see, and we see invalidation of bearish. It's not for bearish totally, it is of this impulse, yeah, of bearish impulse. Only the impulse has been invalidated, guys. What does it mean? It means that it has transformed this impulse to a wave 1, ABC for wave 2, and now you're looking for 1, 2, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your wave 3 here, 4 and a 5. You finished a wave 1 again, and then you're looking for a longer correction for a wave 2. Yesterday, I mentioned the possibilities are whatever it happens in this area, we're gonna proceed toward the downside. It is only a little bit longer correction, and that due to the massive drop down and to the very tiny correction that we got in this area for a wave 2. And that means, of course, that we are looking right now for a double 1-2s here again. And this wave 2 might take a little bit more time. We might take the high. Nobody knows. Yeah, we might take the high. It might finish, of course, in W, X, and a Y. As I mentioned yesterday, it is a little bit complicated here just because of this wick here. And we might see, of course, like W, X again, and potentially Y somehow. But it's very, very complicated. Of course, there is many shapes that it can end up. But in a bigger view, it has to be somehow like this. And if we take, of course, this shape, even if we take the high again, yeah, high possibility, of course, is continuation toward the downside so far. Unless we get, of course, this price action, yeah, unless we touch again the wave 1 here. And I would say here invalidation of bearish, right? Or let's say potential bullish even, yeah, potential bullish scenario, okay, at the price, of course, of 19,900, yeah, this is how much difference they can do, because if you are in a wave 1 and then 2 here, and then 1, 2 again, if you take this price action again, don't forget that this is very, very close to the 0.886 of this wave 1. And at the same time, interfering with the zone 1 is a little bit, of course, a lack of momentum. Yeah? If you reach this area with the wave 2, it's a lack of momentum, especially with the time taken. Because today, if you're ranging with time, you don't have to move deeper with the price. Because this is Elliott wave guidelines. It is about time or about price, deep or high, right? If we are moving in time, meaning of course sideways, that means of course it should continue toward the downside. If we move in time and it moves for higher, meaning after this correction, the price has realized, oops, I went so much down, right? It's time to go up again, right, for the right price. And this is exactly what we are expecting. Of course, potential bullish scenario starting from the 19K, I would say 20K. Yeah, 20K would be exactly the right price to start thinking moving for higher here. And in this case scenario, what it can be as well, the other possibility. In this case scenario, it can be that we finished a big wave 1. Your wave 2 is not finished yet. Yeah. And then you got 3 waves down, 3 waves up for wave B, and you're looking for a wave C toward the upside for a wave 2 potentially. Yeah? If we break the fib levels of this expanding flat without, of course, remarkable move toward the downside again, meaning we are simply reversing the market. Yeah. So potential, of course, I mean, potentially if we move to the 20K, there is a chance, of course, that the market flip toward the upside again. And yeah, unless, of course, we are still in this area. Currently, we cannot say this. We are still in this area. Whatever it happens here is still going to drop toward the downside as highest possibility. The possibilities start to get lower, starting from the 20K. And to investigate, of course, an ABC flat for a wave 2. If we pass the fib levels for a wave 2, and we see, of course, the price is still moving towards the upside, therefore, okay, welcome to the bullish market again. So that was it for Nasdaq. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.